Oh yeah. Oh, this makes me happy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chronicles of a Chef. I'm Scott Hamilton, and today we're doing a no-bake cheesecake. Super stoked for this. It's perfect for the holiday season. Super simple. You can add all sorts of flavors, mix it up. Today is an eggnog and cinnamon cheesecake with a miso and eggnog caramel sauce over the top, and then of course a Biscoff crumble. So we're gonna make a caramel sauce, then we're gonna make some Biscoff cookie brown butter crust, delicious, and then we're gonna do a no-bake cheesecake filling. Super simple. Don't have to worry about a bain-marie, don't have to worry about oven times, no eggs, no cooking, just whip it all together. Super easy. Let's get cooking. All right, this is the hardest part of the dish. Caramel sauce. A cup of sugar, quarter cup of water, pan with no heat. We're gonna let that all come up together to a nice heat for it to start the caramelization. In another pan, we're gonna throw in some butter, about 3 tablespoons, and then we're gonna throw in a tablespoon of miso. We're gonna let those things just kind of get to know each other, kind of the butter to melt, the miso to kind of soften up and be able to emulsify into everything. Add our half a cup of eggnog. And again, we're not looking to boil this. We just want a nice simmer on it. We don't want the eggnog to curdle. Now, hardest thing about this caramel situation, not touching it. We got to let this water dissolve out. That's supposed to help kind of not have the sugar burned, but I got really impatient, and we're going to learn why you shouldn't be impatient. By me getting my spatula in there and start messing with it, I caramelized it. I mean, I didn't caramelize it. I wish I did. This is what happens. You crystallize it. It gets broken up. You don't let it fully caramelize. You don't let it turn itself into this molten sauce. I messed around with it too soon, and I didn't ruin it. I just didn't give us a good luxurious sauce. We could have gone with the darker caramel. I liked the color of it. I just don't know if I really like the water trick. I think I want to make this sauce again without the water and see how it goes. But adding our eggnog and everything to it, it's looking phenomenal. Now we're getting that really rich caramely colors to it. The texture of the sauce is delicious. A lot of that sugar did melt. It did leave us with some chunky bits, which not a big fan. That's why you see me just sitting there working it, hoping that we can kind of cook down those sugars and get it hot enough to melt them back down. Now, the best way to store this is going to be in a glass jar. That way it can hold the heat or deal with the heat, but then also it's easy to pop in the microwave, to soften it up, to put on ice cream, to put on anything that you want to do, including this delicious cheesecake. But it tastes phenomenal. Super stoked to get into it. Let's get to the rest of our recipe. All right, so we are going to start melting down our butter and browning our butter for our Biscoff crust, little crumble crust situation. Super stoked for it. Doing it's 5 tablespoons of butter. That way we're using just a whole stick. Make it really simple. We'll do some orange zest and some orange juice in the crust. So with the butter, the juice will go. We'll throw in some of this zest into the crumb. Just looking for a little bit of brightness to counteract all the heavy. We're gonna have some tang from the cream cheese and whatnot, but we want a little extra tang. That's what the juice is for. And then that bright citrusy notes will be really, really great to kind of just liven it up and lift everything. So, and again, we don't want to get down to the white. We want to leave some orange on there. The white, if you're getting down to the pith, which is that white part, it's gonna be really bitter. We don't want that. We want just that natural scent and that citrusy, like, to me, like I've said before, I love citrus zest. To me, it's like the most pure form of its actual flavor. It's all the oils of it. Oh, it just like smells bright and fresh. Next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just peel kind of half of this guy, and I'm gonna use this little hand juicer to see if we can get some juice out. There. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and press it, get it all lined up, but we're gonna get any juice out of this little thing. I'm gonna not get a whole lot of juice out of this guy. All right, that's all the juice that we're really gonna get. That's okay. Nice and nutty and fragrant. We're about there, is about as dark as I want to go because I don't want to burn it. I just want that nice extra nuttiness. Throw some of our orange zest in there with whipped cream. We're just going to give this a little stir. Oh yeah. Oh, it smells good. It smells delightful. A little bit of this orange. And like I was saying, Oh, there's just like this hint of orange going on in the background, and that's all we were really looking for. Now, for the rest of our crust, we're gonna open up this bag of delicious Biscoff cookies, and we're gonna just throw them in our blender. You can do this in a food processor. You're gonna do it however you want. We're just gonna give this a quick pulse. And we're gonna do the whole sleeve. Actually, sleeve minus half a cookie. Alright, we're gonna deem this delicious goodness good to go. And what we're gonna do, is we're just gonna pour our melted butter right in here. And give this a quick buzz again. The goal and the hope and everything is that I'm gonna get about 4 of these little mini tartlets worth of deliciousness, little cheesecakes. So I have a 5th one here just in case. We're just gonna go ahead and drop some in here. Oh, the orange is there. It's a little subtle little orange in the background. Oh man. There. I'm just going to use this to press. Nice. Now, if you wanted, you can try. Gonna scoop it up a little bit. Up the sides. So a little bit going up the sides there. We can kind of maybe do it by hand. Let's just see kind of what's the best way to work it for your pan. All the things that you want to do. Do you want just a crust on the bottom? Do you want some up the sides, a little thinner all the way around? The beautiful thing is that there's no wrong answer. I'm going to drop this guy in here now. Make sure that we're just pressing it in there nicely. Ooh, that's a fun one. Alright. Alright, get this nice press now. Using our extra mold. Let's see kind of which one comes out best. Alright. There's our shells. Or our crusts. We're gonna go ahead and get this in the fridge to let them kind of set and cool. We don't need to bake them. We don't need to do any of those kinds of things. Just like this, it's perfect. If you don't want to do tartlets or little mini ones or a big cheesecake, the thing I love about this, like no big cheesecake, is that you can absolutely put it into a bigger sheet tray or a cookie sheet or anything like that and make more like cheesecake bars out of it. It serves really great that way. Use disposable pans so you can just cut it, the edges down and pull it down and then pull it out. There's all sorts of really cool ways to make this easy, and you don't need the cheesecake pan, and we're not baking it, we're just keeping things simple. Let's get this in the fridge, and then let's get making our filling. First things first, we're using my Bosch. So we got our whisk attachment, so we want to whip the cream cheese, and we're going to whip it with the eggnog. Some things that people say you can go the eggnog in with the whipped cream, but I want the whipped cream to really hold. I want those stiff peaks to be really good. The cream cheese, I think, is going to be a little bit more accepting. This is just going to help lighten up the cream cheese, so that way the whole dish should be a little bit more airy, but not fall. But we're going to do 8 ounces of cream cheese. Now, this is more of like a mousse rather than a cheesecake kind of a deal. Obviously, it's a no-bake cheesecake, so we're not doing eggs, we're not doing any steam water baths in the oven. We're not doing any of those kinds of things. But we got 8 ounces of cream cheese here, and we're gonna follow the same kind of ratio that you would make a mousse. And we're gonna add 4 ounces of eggnog for flavor and just to kind of help lighten up this cream cheese. So let's give this a good mix. We want this to be nice and like really, really smooth. It's getting there. Oh yeah. Still got lots of tang from the cream cheese. There's an eggnog kind of afternote, which is delicious. It's not, I don't think this is gonna be like eggnog in your face, which is perfect. I want this to be a subtle eggnog. But we're gonna keep whipping it. I want it to be a little bit smoother and a little bit fluffier. All right. I'm liking the way this is looking. Go ahead and pull this guy off and look at that. See how it's almost like a stiff peak of itself, as if we did a whipped cream. This is just cream cheese and eggnog. I just pulled this bowl out of the freezer, and we're gonna toss it in here because we want to keep things as cold as possible to hold it all together. We don't want this melting down. We want it nice and chilled. So we're gonna throw this in this cold bowl, and then we'll throw it in the freezer while we get our whipped cream all whipped and ready to go. And I don't need to stress, we're not gonna stress about, oh, this needs to be perfectly clean. It's just gonna add more flavor to it when we do our whipped cream, so that's okay. Put this guy back in. There we go. Let's start working on our whipped cream. Orange juice in at the bottom. All of our delicious orange zest in there. There we go. We're gonna do this vanilla bean paste, more like a ½ teaspoon. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of cinnamon, just to start with. I think that will be plenty though. And it's gonna feel strong in the whipped cream, but remember it's gonna get folded into the eggnog and the cream cheese and all that. 1, 2, 3, and I'm just gonna do 4 just for good measure. 4 tablespoons of sugar. And then we can always see from there if we need more, if we want it to be more sweet, any of those things we can always kind of figure out from there. We're gonna do a cup of heavy cream, put our lid on, and we're gonna start off kind of slow and then slowly pick up our speed on this whipping here. There we go. All right, we're gonna call this guy good. Oh yeah. Oh, this makes it just make you happy. Ooh, now the cinnamon, like I said, it feels a little strong right now. And if I was doing like a cinnamon dish, like this would be spot on. But since we're trying to, again, balance it all out with the eggnog, oranges in the background. We're gonna kind of just get all those edges. And I want to drop this kind of right smack dab in the middle of that. If any of you have seen Schitt's Creek, they ask, how do we fold it in? What is the cook, this is how we fold. Notice that I tried to put the whipped cream as much on the middle as I possibly could. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut in from the middle and fold it over. Quarter turn, cut into the middle, fold it over. Cut into the middle, fold it over. Scoop in, scoop in, scoop in, scoop in. And this is how you fold. And the reason why we're doing that is that's gonna help keep the whipped cream nice and fluffy. I'm just gonna continue to fold this until we get this all fully incorporated. It's looking absolutely fully incorporated. We are looking good. And see how it still stands? Drops a little bit, but see how it gives us good little peaks? Look at that. That's what we're looking for right there. All right. Let's get these into our shells. Cinnamon, eggnog, a little bit of brightness of orange. Oh, it smells delicious. We're gonna go ahead and a little scoopy scoop into each of these guys. There we go. And then snag my offset spatula, give this a nice little smoothing. And again, we don't want to like smash it down too much. I just want to gently push it Oh man, this is gonna be so good. There you go. A little crystallized nonsense here. Not looking for much of the crystals, but we are just gonna do a little drizzle. Perfect. And then we're gonna put ourselves a little top here. You can already see just how much it's softened up of just sitting out just for a little bit. Boom. Now, we have like 4 like perfect portions. We'll try to be all fancy here real quick. We got 2 playful ones. We got 2 plain that we can do a little bit more plating later on. Let's get these in the fridge. We're gonna want to let them chill for a good at least hour or 2, maybe longer. Let them reset up, let them relax, let them become friends and become one. And then we'll get to tasting. Cheesecakes are ready to go. They're looking phenomenal. They're, oh, look at this. The silicone is popping right out. They're holding beautifully. I love that. Let's go ahead and we'll leave those. We can decorate those later, but we're going to pop this guy out. It's a little delicate, but whoosh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh man, I am so excited for this. The crust is holding up beautifully. Now, we're going to cut this in half. To me, this is probably about 4 servings. So out of this recipe, you're going to get about 16 servings, which is perfect and really kind of a normal cheesecake situation. But you want hot water or you want to heat up your knife. That is going to be key. So you can either have like a bain-marie or a hot pan. I don't have anything big enough for my big old knife here. I like to use a meat slicing knife, but we want to heat up the blade. If you have a gas stove, just right over that heat, that hot, and you want to give it a good wipe so it's nice and clean and dry. But you want it a little bit warm to the touch. And we're just going to kind of, and then one slide through. You don't ever want to saw or anything. Okay, and now we can take this, we got this hot water right here. There we go. You don't want to saw though. It's always just clean cuts. Okay, we're gonna press down and then through, and that's it. Bam, bam, bam. We got 4 beautiful slices here. We can come over with this guy. Do a little more of this caramel sauce. I tried fixing it. Just gonna kind of drizzle it on the plate. And I just don't know if I can. And that's okay. It's delicious. We just needed to be a little more patient when we made it. More caramel everywhere because it's delicious. There we go. Take some pictures of that. So these guys, we'll throw it back in the tartlet just so that it's, there we go. All right, now, okay, I like this. This is a good caramel sauce. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's dig in on this deliciousness. First of all, oh, that crust, that orange is just light and refreshing. And it goes great with Biscoff. Oh man. Yeah. Look at that bite. Oh man. Guys, team, we did it. This right here is money. Cinnamon is obviously at the forefront. We have notes of that orange that's just kind of carrying through. And then there's just this afternote of eggnog. And it's perfect. I'm not like a big eggnog fan, but this right here is a great way to use it. The caramel sauce is nice and that butterscotch, and it's butter and savory. Plays really well with the brown butter that we did, the nuttiness in the crust. And then again, that orange, just like, I feel like just this orange lifting at the very end. And it's so, while decadent and delicious, this is light and refreshing, and it's cool, and oh my goodness. Mm. Oh, this is delicious. All right. Thank you for watching. This was delicious, fun. We got to work on that caramel sauce a little bit, but we'll get there flavor-wise. We're on point. Just got to work on the technique a little bit. I'll try to fix it. Maybe we'll come up with something there. Be on the lookout for a video about that. Like, subscribe, do all those fun things. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys are having a great holiday season. I hope that you guys enjoy this. See you next time. Oh yeah, this I'll eat all day. Let's go.